Do you know why one is always immersed in worry and sorrow? Let me read the question again. Do you know why one is always immersed in worry and sorrow? Who is immersed in worry? Who is immersed in sorrow? The nature of mind is nothing but full of sorrow. The nature of mind is nothing but always dwelling in worries. Nothing more than that. This is the nature of mind. Why is it like that? Why the mind is like that? Why the thoughts are like that? Why the feelings are like that? Because they are in the confines of space-time continuum. It has an origination. A feeling clearly originate at one point in time. It didn't exist. It was not existing. Suddenly, it wells up. It comes up as if from nowhere. One is entangled in that feeling. Who is that feeler? One may say it is my mind. My mind feels like that. Even for you to say that it is my mind, who is that my? So behind each and every my, mine, me, with me, for me, of me, because of me, and I amness itself is an entanglement of, is entangled with the cosmic mind. What is that cosmic mind? It is full of informations as past registrations. What are all floating in the cosmic mind? And what is the cosmic mind? It is not existing separately away from me as if in the cosmos. No. I am also part and parcel of that cosmic mind. But in every moment of my existence, what am I doing? I am to the circumference of my body level. I am identifying with my I amness. Thereby, this I amness is entangled with one or the other feeling. As feelings are always moving in dualities, when I feel that I am respected, the opposite of that, that disrespect is also looming large against this respectedness. Okay. So like this entangled dualities of feelings with the I amness, thereby already words have been associated with those feelings and they are all held in and outside in the cosmos of a human being. Both it is existing outside of him as well as inside of him. Only he shuts up. He disappears during deep sleep. Otherwise, what is it that is waking up? This complete conglomerate of feelings as well as thoughts as past registrations immediately bumps up along with that I amness of him. That is what is one's life is. And each and every feeling is confined in space. Space means it has a clear dimension. In science, they call it as 3-dimension and 4-dimension. What is that 3-dimension of space? It is the width, it is the length, it is the height. The box is given as if like a box of glass. In that I had written on the top of it, whole manifestation in space and time illusory continuum. Space time illusory continuum. What is that space? Space is length, width, height, and the 4th dimension is time. The distance between two dots is space. It may be a single line or like this, width, height, length, cubic feet or cubic inches. Okay. So like that 3D, this is 3-dimension plus another dimension is 4th dimension is the time. This is the complete, the manifestation is like this. The whole manifestation is space-time continuation, and what it contains, the space-time continuation, It is embedded in all the feelings, and the feelings are arising out of the informations they hold as past registrations. Past. Why do we say past? Because we always have the tendency that I am marching towards the next second. Today evening, this moment has gone away, and the next second I am going to enter into. The next minute I am going to enter into, and the next hour I am going to enter into, the next day, the next week, next month, next year. Like this, the feelings that is trapped in the cell exhibits all those feelings, and especially in a human being, it also attaches words as thoughts. One takes oneself to be the thinker, one takes one's body to be the thinker, one body to be the feeler. That's why he has by mistake he has placed it on the body. This has to be inquired into. We will have to investigate. What are we doing here in the satsangs? For every question, threadbare, we take the person to the deepest core and show it to him that there is one stillness, unproduced, unliving, natural, powerful, all powerful, containing everything, not as a forms, okay, all in the subtlest level, and there is also silence in it. So, in this presence, the presence of this limitless easiness and the limitless silence, out of this, these feelings are given rise, because it has such a power, it creates a mind, there and then, wherever a separation takes place. We are always getting separated through our thoughts and thinking and feeling from that center. For that only we have given a practice also. That I will tell you later. For the moment we will get into the subject again. In that cubic box, in the glass box, I had written as feeling bar thoughts, 3D subtle impressions. They are in the confines of space and time continuum. They are in the confines of space and time continuum. Okay. What is that space? Yes, a single cell amoeba taking a form out of its information that are being carried to that single cell through its DNA. DNA is also taking a physical materialization, and the physically materialized DNA becomes the nucleus and it becomes the amoeba, and it becomes the five-sensed animal, up to the level of five-sensed animal. We have shown it in the box. Some cat, dog and fish and human beings are also shown. For human beings, the feelings are branded, labeled as thoughts, experiences. When a word gets arised in one, what happens? He immediately remembers the incident associated with it. So, this one triggers the feelings, the thoughts triggers the feelings triggers the thought patterns. So, this manipulation, the constant manipulation of this churning of I amness, churning the dualities in feelings as well as thoughts. So, constantly one is caught in thinking, and these feelings and thoughts have origin point, middle point and ending point, because they are confined in time and space. So, they will have to end and they will have to again reappear. These things go on happening in a human being. So, this is nothing but sorrow. This science now we are explaining to every one of you. So, thereby we are also advising, just stay still within you. When a thought arises, know for sure it is not you. It is a gaze. It is an inner look, inner gaze. Standing still, on what are you going to stand still? You are going to stay still on your inner gaze. whether it's a feeling that is arising or a thought that is arising, you are going to stay still with your gaze and look at them and deny them entry. And deny them, the very gaze itself denies entry to it. Okay. So this is the practice we have been advising also. The mind is nothing but, it has an origin or a thought or a feeling, it has an origin, it has a middle point, it has an end point. And naturally, whether it is a pleasurable experience or a sorrowful experience, everything passes off, and simply the memory is going on coming as inner chatter in every one of us, thereby causing always, one is always in worry, one is always in sorrow, because the mind itself is like this. We cannot solve this puzzle, but staying still within, anchoring with a gaze, whenever a thought arises, deny it, see that it doesn't exist. Whenever a feeling arises, see that it doesn't exist. It doesn't have any locus standi at all there. Your original nature is that of deep sleep state. This one will have to keep it always by the side of one's gaze while practicing 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the night before going to bed. This is not meditation, simply looking within and denying the entry of a thought or a feeling for 1 hour in the morning, night 1 hour. For children also, from the age of 10 to 14, they can do this with the elders' guidance, half an hour in the morning and night half an hour before going to bed. And throughout 24/7, if you keep hold on to this climate, inner climate of anchoring, simply being standing still or just being still within you. This is a fantastic practice. Practice or less practice, it's only an inner gaze. You will get trained by 5 to 6 sittings. So it's a fantastic help that one will get out of this. Please do subscribe and press the bell button, because each video is very important. It reveals all the secrets. It unfolds all the secrets about the individual life, and what is your thought, who is the thinker, why is he here, what is there in front of him, is it real also, first of all, is he real, and whatever that appears in front of him, are they real? All these things are revealed to him through these satsangs. With this clarity, one will get enormous confidence of leading the life and drive away all the fears in him. So with this I will end this. We will meet in our next question and answer satsang. Okay.